Hey guys, say what Zach here. Sorry, gotta get the marker. This is the review for NHL. All the games are over. For Tuesday, January, what do we say? Sorry, January 21st. That's what it was, January 21st. So, NHL hockey just ended. The last game just finished up. So, here we are doing the review. We have 5 games on the slate. One more day before the All-Star break happens. So let's go ahead and get into these games. The Red Wings play Minnesota tomorrow. Just sorry, little heads up. And me, Kitty Commentary, and John Cockybomb are going to a viewing party for the Red Wings and Minnesota game. So I'll be giving you guys a little bit of a walkthrough on the viewing party. If you're around Michigan or in the area during these viewing parties, they're kind of fun to go to, free food and all that fun stuff. So I will give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek into those tomorrow. So tonight's games though. First game, you have the Islanders taking on the New York Rangers. The Islanders, which is why I'm wearing the jersey, finally get to wear the jersey, finally get the win against the New York Rangers. They lost the last 2 games against this team. Finally get that win. They win 4-2. Your scores, you got Josh Bailey scoring his 11th at 13:35 of the first from Dobson and Brassard. That's 1-0 now for the Islanders. You got Belivier scoring his 13th at 16:35 of the first from Barzal and Bailey. Then Lee scoring his 16th at 9:52 of the second from Barzal and Eberle. Now 3-0. So at this point, you're pretty much assuming the Islanders goaltending should hold up and get them this win. They've been shaky as of late, but 3-goal lead should be able to hold it. Next up, Brock Nelson scores his 20th at 3:13 of the third from Bailey and Pulock. So again, 4-0 in the third period. Islanders have this, right? Well, New York Rangers don't go away easy. And Panarin was not playing. He has an upper body injury, so that I did not know before I started watching. So big loss for the New York Rangers is probably one of the big reasons why they don't win this game. Not gonna lie, Panarin carrying that team right now. They are a good young team, but Panarin puts them at that next level. Without him in the lineup, they're not quite the same team. But they try. Buchnevich, scores his 8th at 13:45 of the third from Fox and Zibanejad. And then Kreider scores his 17th at 15:32 of the third from Zibanejad and Strome. So they make it close. 4-2, again, your final. Shots on goal, 18 for the Islanders, 42 for the Rangers. So again, Rangers heavily outshot the Islanders, but Islanders goaltending held up. Your 3 stars of the game are Grace, Bailey, and Barzal, which are all up there, which I don't think you guys can read. I wrote it relatively small to fit all of them on these 2 boards. But that's why I'm reading it to you, right? So yeah, Grace, Bailey, and Barzal are your 3 stars of the game. The Islanders get the big win, taking 2 points. I don't remember who plays all tomorrow. We can double check that in just a second here. If it wants to go over. Yeah, so the Islanders are officially on their break now. They are off for the All-Star break, and they're bye weeks. So that is a good way to go into the break. Next up, Carolina and Winnipeg. So Carolina, again, coming in, needing a win to keep pace with the rest of the Blue Jackets, the Flyers, the Islanders, all those fun teams, needing a big win tonight against the struggling Jets team, and they end up doing it. It's 4-1 is your final for the Carolina Hurricanes. Your scoring plays, Necas scores his 12th at 2:28 of the first from Dzingel and Fleury. Then Justin Williams gets his first goal back this year at 5:30 of the first from Teravainen and Slavin, making it 2-0 at this point for the Carolina Hurricanes. Patrick Laine would score his 17th at 6:26 of the first from Mike Scheifele and Kyle Connor to make it 2-1, but no comeback tonight for the Jets. Teravainen scores his 10th at 18:22 of the first from Aho and Svechnikov, and then Justin Williams with his 2nd goal back, single-handedly hopefully turning this team around and showing that he's got one more in him at 9:13 of the third from Svechnikov and Teravainen to give you the 4-1 final. Shots on goal are 29 for the Carolina Hurricanes, 17 for the Winnipeg Jets, and your 3 stars are Williams, Teravainen, and Svechnikov. So again, big win for Carolina and a big 2 goals for Justin Williams to start getting him into that game shape, getting this team back on track where they do need it. They were falling a little bit. Justin Williams back. He's helped get the winner the other night in the shootout. Now he got 2 of the 4 goals tonight. So big win for Carolina thanks to Justin Williams. Next game, we got the Flyers going in and taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. So the Penguins looked a little vulnerable tonight. Maybe they're going on their break. Maybe they weren't coming in quite ready to play against the Flyers team that was struggling a little bit. So yeah, the Flyers go in and beat Pittsburgh 3-0. Brian Elliott gets the shutout. Big game for him. He needed it desperately. Your scores. Voracek scores his 10th at 5:26 of the second from Couture and Farabee. Then Van Riemsdyk scores his 14th at 18:40 of the second from Konechny and Giroux. Those, again, gives you 2-0. And then Braun scores his third at 19 minutes of the third period to give you the 3-0 final. So, yeah, Pittsburgh is held off the score sheet. Yeah, not, I would say, a huge loss to the Penguins. Again, they have about 4 or 5 point lead over the Islanders now. You're not doing too bad. And the Islanders will be going on their break as of today. This is the last game for the break. Same with Penguins. So you're pretty much sitting pretty comfortably because, yeah, both of these teams are. Flyers are going on the break. Rangers, the Blue Jackets play tomorrow, but they won't catch the Penguins. Carolina's going on, and the Islanders are already on. So, yeah, you just have to hope the Capitals don't get a lot of wins during that bye week. But, yeah, so Penguins aren't sitting too bad. Obviously, they don't want to lose against a division rival, but they were on a hot streak. They were bound to lose eventually big. So, there you go. Oh, shots on goal, 30 for the Flyers, 19 for the Penguins. Your 3 stars, Brian Elliott with a shutout, Voracek, and Van Riemsdyk for your stars. Moving on to the next game, which is what the hat is for. Boston Bruins and the Golden Knights. So this is a big game between two teams that one team sitting on top of their division, one of them struggling to move up the division in a very, very tight-knit division. Vegas is in a little bit of trouble right now, even with the goaltending, with the coaching change. So they end up losing to Boston 3-2. They made it close. The last goal, I did catch the last goal in this game as I was flipping through. Yeah, it was a big backbreaker for the Golden Knights. That kind of sucked. But anyways, your scoring plays. Stone scores his 18th at 1:24 the first from Schmidt. So we're at the bat. You're like, hey, all right, Golden Knights scored first very quickly into the game, but that doesn't quite hold up. Luzon, I believe I'm saying his name right, scores his first goal at 11:40 of the first period from Krejci and Kulin. So the Boston Bruins end up tying it with a player getting his first goal. So I don't remember if it was his first National Hockey League goal or not. This is definitely his first goal of the season. He has not played. He's been called up. So good for him. Good to see that. Wouldn't be the only one who gets his first of the night. You got Huig, maybe? For the Golden Knights, gets his first of the season at 10:59 of the second from Schmidt and Marchessault to make it 2-1 at that point for the Golden Knights. Again, not looking too bad. Sitting at the end of the second, 2-1 for the Golden Knights. You think, okay, maybe they can take this. They don't. Jake DeBrusk scores his 15th at 4:23 of the third from Charlie Coyle and Jaroslav Halak. So Halak gets another assist. I'm sure, I haven't checked into how many he's got. I'm sure he's probably got a couple, but he gets another one tonight. So goaltenders are pitching in where they can. That ties it at 2. Then a little over halfway into the third, Krejci scores his 12th at 12:18 of the third from Carlo and Heinen, giving the Boston Bruins a 3-2 lead. They carry that through to the end of the game, giving you the 3-2 final for the Boston Bruins. So the Golden Knights, again, lose a big game in a division that's it's super tight. You can't be dropping games like that. I know against a team that's really good, but going into a bye week where a lot of these teams are going to be coming back to play, they're going to get further and further down that list. Not good for the Golden Knights. Your shots on goal are 37 for Boston, 29 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Your 3 stars, Krejci, DeBrusk, and Luzon. So all 3 for the Boston Bruins. So Boston Bruin hat for their big win. And the last game of the night, Joel Quennevile's return to Chicago. This is his first time playing in Chicago since he moved over to the Florida Panthers and being fired last year. So big game for him, and his team came out to give him that big W he was looking for. 4-3 is your final for the Florida Panthers, and we'll get into the scoring plays. Daganov scores his 23rd at 4:43 of the second from Barkov and Matheson. So again, Daganov and Barkov again picking up right where they left off in the last game. The Florida Panthers are hot right now. They are doing very good. Definitely putting some distance between them and Toronto, who will be coming off their bye week after the All-Star break. So yeah, they put some good distance up ahead of them. They were 4 points ahead of them, so gave them a little bit of cushion while they sit back and watch Toronto play. Bertrino scores his 12th of the year at 6:14 of the second from Torino and Hoffman. So Hoffman gets another assist. Bertrino has a big night. He scores his 13th at 10:04 of the second from Ekblad and Boyle. So now 2 goals in the night. Then Kirby Dach scores his 7th at 13:33 of the second from DeBrincat and Cuckoo. So Slater Cuckoo on the board. Alex DeBrincat gets a point. And Kirby Dach, the rookie, is getting a point here and there. He's starting to produce a little bit. He is only, I believe, 4th line. He's not playing a lot of minutes, but it's good to see him chip in a 1 or 2 and getting a little comfortable with playing. And then in the same period, hat trick for Vetrano. He scores his 14th hat trick in the second period. Not bad of a period for him at all, or the Florida Panthers. 19:23 the second is when he scores his hat trick from Hoffman and Huberdeau. So almost end of the period, he gets his hat trick. Big night for him. He gets 3 of the 4 goals for the Florida Panthers. Next up, Jake Kajula scores the 6th at 4 minutes into the third period from Gustafsson and Keith to make it 4-2 at that point. So again, you're sitting there thinking, hopefully the Panthers can lock this down. Bobrovsky can make some big saves. Bobrovsky does make a big save late in the third period, but Patrick Kane does get his 25th, 1,001 points now. 18:45 of the third period from Doc and Gustafsson. So Kirby Doc gets 2 points, should say, a goal and an assist. Good night for him, but it wasn't quite good enough. So 4-3 is your final for the Florida Panthers, who again are playing very well. Your shots on goal are 26 for Florida, 35 for Chicago, and they didn't have the 3 stars up yet when I posted this, when I'm recording this. So unfortunately, I don't have the 3 stars for you. That's the one thing I does suck about doing the videos right after the games end. Wanted to get up there as quickly as possible for you guys to check. Don't always get the last game's stars, but my guess is Vetrano for sure got 1. Let's see here, maybe Hoffman with his 2 assists, and I would guess maybe Gustafsson, because Gustafsson did look pretty good out there, and he does get 2 assists. So I would say probably those 3. My guess. We'll see. We'll see who gets the 3 stars later, but it's not as big of a deal for the last game. You need to know Joel Quennevile gets his first win against Chicago Blackhawks, his former team. So anyways, those are your scores for the night. Here are your updated standings. Boston's at 70 now. The Tampa Bay Lightning are 62. The Florida Panthers 61. Toronto 53-7. Sabres 51. Montreal 51. The Ottawa Senators 42. And the Detroit Red Wings 28. In the Metro, you have 71 points for the Capitals, 67 for the Penguins. Islanders are at 63. Carolina's at 61. Blue Jackets are at 60. The Flyers are at 60 as well. Rangers at 50. Devils at 41. Over in the West, starting with Central, you have St. Louis Blues at 68. Colorado at 62. Dallas Stars 58. Winnipeg Jets 54. Chicago 54, which is a big loss tonight because they could have leapfrogged the Jets and became one point closer to the playoffs. Oh. I think the Blackhawks will probably, if the Golden Knights keep this losing streak up and start to drop a little bit, the Blackhawks would probably overtake them, I think, with the way they're playing right now. Anyways, the Nashville Predators are at 51 and the Wild are at 50. In the Pacific Division, where most of these teams are off right now, the Vancouver Canucks have 58, Oilers have 57, 57 for the Flames, 57 for the Golden Knights, and 57 for Arizona. Then you got the Sharks at 46, the Ducks at 43, and the Kings at 41. So those are your updated standings after Tuesday, January 21st, I believe you said it was. Yes, Tuesday, January 21st. Hope you guys enjoyed the action. I enjoyed watching it. Again, we have one more night of 2 games tomorrow, and then we have the All-Star break and bring you some fun stuff over the weekend. Anyways, this is Zach from Say What Zach. I hope you guys enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching. Give us a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you guys again soon.